Welcome back to part 4 of the Austria, Switzerland, and everywhere in between road trip. If you have not already, please check out parts 1 through 3 and consider subscribing. Day 4 starts with us flying down the Autobahn, intent on making the most out of our long travel day. We make an impromptu stop in Munich before checking a new country off our list, ditching our rental car to avoid international fees, and boarding a train to our final destination, Zurich, Switzerland. About to get on the world famous German Autobahn where there is no speed limit. We actually just stopped for some fuel, some bathroom breaks, and so far I'm impressed. Most people seem to be going above 80, 90 miles an hour. Our driving route was set to take us through Munich, and although it wasn't in our original plan to stop, we figured we might as well. I concede it was an ambitious place to stop for just an hour or two, but we made the most of our time. We walked around a farmer's market, the old town, and even caught the Glockenspiel on the Marienplatz, which happens twice a day at 11 and 12, before grabbing a brat for lunch. Impromptu stop in Munich. Walking around. Marienplatz. We certainly didn't see it all in Munich and are eager to travel back someday, but the short stop was well worth it. We headed back towards our car, stopping for some brats and juice, before heading west towards our next stop. Eventually the highway crossed back into Austria before finding ourselves in Switzerland, one step closer to our next country, Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is one of the smallest countries in the world and only home to about 38,000 people. In 2018, before the pandemic, Liechtenstein was only visited by 85,000 travelers. Given it's one of only 5 countries in the world without an airport, and one of only 2 double landlocked countries, this makes sense. Liechtenstein is a very wealthy country with one of the highest per capita GDPs in the world. But since they do not rely on tourism, where does their money come from? The answer is their financial sector. Due to their low tax rates, wealthy investors from around the world deposit into their banks, spawning an industry of accountants and advisors. As we're not millionaires and we're in the area, we were curious to simply stop by and see the capital, Vaduz. It's home to a little more than 5,000 residents, and we were able to walk from one end of the town to the other quite quickly. The parliament and government buildings were the most architecturally appealing, while the Vaduz Castle, home to the prince, sits high above. There are a few museums and art galleries to explore, and a tram tour, but perhaps one of the most touristy things to do is get your passport stamped at the tourism office. This was the highlight of our stop, and the tourism office was very friendly and helpful. Okay, look. So I don't think that stopping in Vaduz is the way to truly enjoy Liechtenstein. While I don't regret visiting to say that we went, Liechtenstein sits entirely in the Alps, is renowned for hiking, and even has a ski resort called Malbun. The next time I go, I'd love to get outside and enjoy nature. From there, it was back to Austria to drop our rental car, avoiding international fees, before jumping on a train to Zurich. We learned the Swiss trains don't always run on time, and eventually made it to the city a bit later than expected. We walked from the train station to our accommodation for the night, the boutique hotel Wellenberg, in the heart of Old Town Zurich. We were beyond thrilled with the location and treated to a band playing in the square outside the property upon arrival. The property was upscale, included breakfast, and had a friendly staff. The bathroom was a bit awkward, but overall a great place to stay. I would happily recommend it. We headed downstairs for a fantastic French-style dinner, eager for the day ahead. Escargot after a long travel day. And that about does it for part 4 of the Austria, Switzerland, and everywhere in between road trip. If you have not already, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. Be sure to check back next time as we pick up our new rental car and head deeper into Switzerland after exploring Zurich. Thank you for watching and see you soon.